you very much, Jerome, for this very relevant introduction to our consortium. And now I will leave the floor to Mr. Gilles BLOCH, who is the head of the INSERM France.
Monsieur le directeur général de la santé, cher Jérôme, cher Olivier, dear coordinator, dear participants, dear colleagues, I'm very happy to be here with you for the final meeting of this joint action after 3.5 years of hard work. To begin with, I would like to thank the French Ministry of Solidarities and Health for their assistance with the organization of this event. I would also like to acknowledge Professor Jérôme Salomon, the French General Director for Health, for your nice introduction and your support. Professor Olivier Epaulard, the coordination of this action, has achieved a tremendous work over the last years, despite the difficulties related to the COVID-19 crisis. Thank you, Olivier, for all you have accomplished. Finally, I would like to thank Professor Geneviève Chen, who designed and developed this joint action from the beginning and was its first coordinator. First, allow me to say a few words about my institute, INSERM, which was founded almost 60 years ago and is the only French national institution fully dedicated to biomedical research and human health. INSERM operates under the joint authority of the French Ministry of Health and the French Ministry of Research. It is involved in the entire range of research activities, from the laboratory to the patient's bedside. INSERM is a home institution of more than 15,000 researchers, physicians, engineers, technicians, and administrative staff, all with one shared objective: improve human health by advancing knowledge about living organisms and diseases, developing innovative diagnostic and treatment modalities, and conducting research on public health. Today, INSERM is Europe's leading academic research institution in the biomedical field, with over 13,000 scientific publications produced each year by about 300 laboratories. Relying on this ability of INSERM to carry out translational research from the laboratory to the patient's bed and even to the population, my institute accepted to coordinate this joint action on vaccination funded by DG Sanko at European level. For a research performing organization, it is not very common to assume this kind of role. However, in my mind, this role is coherent with our clear vision of the research continuum, from benchtop to bedside and further at the population level, so that scientific advances transform into progresses in human health. I strongly think that one of the reasons of the success of this joint action devoted to help European citizens is that it was driven by a research organization directly collaborating with end users. As this joint action is a success, as you will hear today, the Commission and the Member States should keep on collaborating in the same way, avoiding work in silos. With a new European multi-annual financial framework for the period 2021 to 2027, Europe will invest more money on health through the EU-4Health program and its great budget. And Europe will as well put more money on research through the Horizon Europe program, whose budget has also increased. In order to transform this new funding into success, Member States and the Commission need to work in close complementarity. I know that the different directorates of the Commission try to coordinate their actions, but we also, as research performing organizations, as hospitals, as health institutes, as health authorities, as industrials, or as patient organizations, we need to collaborate and to work together, leaving aside focalization on individual domains. In CERM, we stood out as a main research organization in the societal challenge health of Horizon 2020. In CERM, we'll aim to be a major actor also in the different programs financed by DG Sanko. Among many attractive research areas in the field of health, one has gained even more attention over the last 2 years: vaccines. I like to recall that in December 2019, I was in Brussels at the European Parliament to chair an event about, I quote, new vaccine strategies for respiratory disease and non-communicable diseases. This meeting was organized by INSERM and other French research organizations belonging to Avicen, the French Alliance for Biology and Health Research. We can say today that we had pointed out the right issue. After 2 years of COVID crisis, I strongly believe that we need more than ever to finance research on the first of these two topics, because infectious diseases remain a great threat for humanity. The current pandemic also shows us that we must keep on working on other major issues already identified at the inception of EU-JAV, on vaccine hesitancy, on more efficient funding of vaccine research, on better prevention of vaccine shortages, etc., etc. I know this action has delivered significant results and insightful recommendations on those major issues. These results and recommendations will be discussed today, and I would like to thank all the speakers. Nevertheless, I also think we need to prepare the next steps. Do we need another EU-JAV to go further? How will the new European Health Emergency Preparedness and Response Authorities, the so-called ERA, take these recommendations and results into account? How will the European states, how will the rich network of stakeholders assimilate these results and translate them into national policies and inject them into their own strategic plans? We also need answers to these questions. The joint action brought some answers in a limited time, but new issues have also emerged. I would like to congratulate you about your great achievements, but much remains to be done. I sincerely hope you keep on working together. You can be sure that INSERM will always be an active partner at your side. With the terrible events we are living now in Europe, we need more than ever to strengthen shared strategies, shared research objectives, shared public health visions between member states and with our neighbors. I would like to wish you a great meeting, and I'm now glad to leave the floor to Professor Olivier Pollard. Thank you for your attention.